YouTube, when you hearing me now, is it better? Sorry about that. My apologies. Wanna know we just connect up back the device. Tell me if you're hearing me now. Sorry about that. Apologies, Dorothy. Are you hearing me now? Let me know. Alright, we have to start the thing now though. We have to start the thing. We have to start the thing. So it look like say when I tap up the screen on TikTok, tap up the screen. Let me know. Give me feedback. Give me feedback, everybody. All right. So it look like say Dr. Death, aka Christopher Tufton, finally meet him match. You see how long me telling you say this man is wicked. It has been years. It has been years that I've been telling you say this man is wicked. Let me check on the YouTube link and see if me are here because the people them say them not here. Testing over YouTube. Alright, YouTube is up and running. That's all I need to know. Alright. I've been telling you from 2018. Say Tufton is a wicked man. And remember Dengue? No, from before that. Share up the live, pop up the screen. Share up the YouTube link. Those of you on YouTube, I only have 3 viewers on YouTube. I didn't know this was going to happen doing them. With the prolonged absence. But I have been telling you that this man is wicked from day one. Remember now, Christopher Tufton used to make a talk about Tufton because you know we have to go in it and we are going to go in it. We have to go into it. So we are going to go in it. We are going to read out everything about Christopher Tufton now. First and foremost, Christopher Tufton came to prominence as the Minister of Agriculture between 2007 and 2011 when Bruce Golding was the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Now, while Bruce Golding was the Prime Minister of Jamaica and Christopher Tufton, who was the Member of Parliament for Southwest, where is Floyd Green? Southwest St. Elizabeth. While Christopher Tufton was the MP there and the Minister of Agriculture, gentlefolks, Christopher Tufton did the unthinkable. He signed a deal with an American man, who was producing fertilizer made of human feces. But not too bad that the fertilizer was made of human feces, but Christopher Tufton did not tell a soul when he imported the fertilizer, gentlefolks, and gave it to unsuspecting farmers, many of whom have certification for organic foods, organic certification. Christopher Tufton did not inform them that this fertilizer that he was distributing was made of human feces. The people started to complain about the smell of the fertilizer. Who remembers that? So much so that the Wagwan smile, what's up? So much so that the banana farmers, Jamaica producers, lost their organic certification for the European market and were unable to export bananas to Europe for a good while because of Christopher Tufton's deception. Who remember that? Who remember that? This was between 2000, this was probably about 2008, 2009. It was at this time, me, Kamala, Nicole Forbes, I was lynched at the time, said to myself, but this man is evil. He's truly evil. The man insisted that there was nothing wrong with the fertilizer. The fertilizer was made of human feces. American people shit. They yes, article. There was an infestation of bugs. A lot of crops were destroyed because of this fertilizer. I was right there in Jamaica listening to the news. At the time, me did just start getting at the blogging thing for a couple years. But oh, you mean when me did that the other day, sweetie? Andre, I was in North Carolina. I am back in Florida now, but I was in North Carolina doing some training. And by the time the people them done with me every night at 8 o'clock, my brain flash out. I come back from Thursday and about last night. You see, Friday night and last night, I mash up, I mash up, I mash up. I sleep, I sleep, I sleep, I sleep, I sleep, I sleep. I sleep till I couldn't sleep no more. Yeah, man, me sleep, 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 sleep. So I come back now. I come back. But you know it go. Big up yourself in a humila. So it was from then I knew. Wagwan Natalie. It was from then that I knew that Christopher Tufton was evil. And then make we fast forward now. Because the people them out in Southwest St. Elizabeth gave him a nickname. You know what that nickname was? Satan. They called him Satan. You know, Karen, you see my eye them underneath my eye them still dark. Me not fully rested yet, but I'm getting there. You see, when you use your brain, and then the day before I left, the Wednesday before I left, I got a tour of the university, the high performance University of Genomics and Neurogenomics, which is an area that I am considering to do a super specialty in, because you know I'm doing a doctorate in physiotherapy, but I want to do a PhD in genomics. Yes, I am. Yes, I don't even finish the doctorate yet, but I'm talking about PhD. So that kind of did. I got this. I got the tour of the nutritional performance university. So I posted it up on my Instagram. So I was in awe. I met a physiotherapist who is just like me. She has her doctorate in physiotherapy and she did her PhD. And so I was inspired. So I am going to follow in her footsteps. And she said that she would actually take me on as her, because you know, when you're defending a thesis, somebody have to guide you. So that is something I'm going to look into as soon as I'm done with my doctorate in physiotherapy. You know, my old age, big old granny like me, but I'm going back to school. And it's sorry for me. Anyway, back to this fake doctor now, because we're addressing the fake doctor. When me done, I'll be a real doctor. Him is a fake doctor. Make we talk. Because I have been saying from day one that nobody who don't have no background in health should be a minister of health. This is one ministry that you just don't want to play with. When you tap up the screen, beg you some gifts. When you know the thing, you know, when you know the thing go. When you know the thing go. Nobody who is not a healthcare professional they don't have nowhere near the Ministry of Health. Nobody with a DBA. What the hell is a DBA? A DBA is one of them something that you don't even have to defend. You just go some online school and get it. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to defend no thesis. Nothing at all. To get a DBA. Any of them little degree mill, they can give you a DBA. And this man with him DBA, doctorate in business administration in PR and marketing, is the Minister of Health. DRPR, same way so. Well, go on, Chevy, how you do? And it burned my heart as a healthcare professional, because you have this jackass telling people who go to school and bust them brain and study how to take care of people. telling them what to do, and him don't know nothing. Him don't know nothing at all. Him don't know nothing. Now look at this. Let me tell you something about Dr. Dawes. I know Dr. Dawes from him is a little boy. He said Dr. Dawes' father, him name Dr. Winston Dawes. Him used to be the senior medical officer of Maypen Hospital. He's also the godfather of my brother. Not my godfather, my brother godfather. So I know him from a long time. Him and my mother used to be very close when they were in the Sports Medicine Association. I watch this little boy grow up. Him don't like when I talk it. But let me tell you something. Dr. Aldaz went to medical school and got his MBBS and graduated as a doctor. Did his internship. Went on to do his DM in doctor of surgery. And he became a surgeon. He went on to super specialize in laparoscopic surgery. So it's like a doctorate with it's like a doctor with a master's and a doctorate on top of the doctor. Because they have a super specialty. Let us say the specialty is like a master's degree. The super specialty is like a PhD. So he's not only a surgeon, he is a laparoscopic surgeon who has been the SMO of a hospital before him reached 40. He was the SMO of Sav General Hospital. He's not only done it here, him go other countries, Bahamas, and in charge of hospital in Bahamas. Him is not a fake doctor. So when you have this little ticky degree millman running up his mouth like him have sense. Yes, he did yes, he does do. It is actually a part of the gastric bypass surgery as a laparoscopic surgeon. Yeah, them do that. Wagwan silver looking. Yes, Richie, it was a hectic week. Me will tell you a little later when we have some time. So when we have this man now chatting him rubbish, it's long time me telling about this man, you know. Me nah go on no parliament, yeah man. I am not going to no parliament. I'm going to go to the top of my profession. I am very passionate about my profession and I want to go to the very top. I don't want to be a politician. I am one of the few people involved in politics who don't want no seat. I don't want no seat. I don't want to be in representation. Me will stay in the background and fight for the people them, because that is what I do. Right? And prove my brilliance. Because as I say, when I done my doctorate in physiotherapy, I am going to do my PhD in nutrigenomics or nutrigenics, whichever one. Alright? Yes, I know my calling. I do. Right? Performance. Human performance. Anyway, as we are saying, in 2019, before we go to 2019, in 2016, Dr. Tufton decided that he was going to start to blame Jamaican people for their misfortunes in health. Remember when him start up with the sugar thing? Taking sugar out of school, and me never have a problem with that, you know. First and foremost, I wrote a book about sugar consumption. Yes, I am an author as well. 4 books I write, and one of the books that I wrote was about sugar consumption. I supported him with that. And then the man go from bad to worse to ridiculous. Yeah, man. It is in the link on my link tree. You will see the link, my Amazon books. It's 4 books I write so far. Remember, I'm in healthcare, right? So I write a whole heap of books about health. Anyway, now this man, when dengue, there was a dengue outbreak. Let us talk to you about 2019 now. When there was a dengue outbreak, my 3 children at the time each contracted dengue. That was 5 years ago. So my 23-year-old was 17 going on 18. My 18-year-old was 13 and my 13-year-old, well, he's going on 14. At the time he was 8. And the 3 of them were admitted to the hospital simultaneously. And while my kids were in hospital, the hospital was overflowing with dengue. Somebody gave me Minister Tufton's number. I'm giving you the whole story now. This is how I know. So nobody can tell me how wicked this man is, because I know it myself from experience. Somebody gave me his number. Remember now, I supported him at the time with his Know Your Numbers campaign and reducing the sugar consumption. I even did a post bigging him up about that whole thing, as I said to you. I messaged him from when my kids were in the hospital. And I said, Dr. Tufton, there is a dengue outbreak. The entire hospital, the pediatric ward at the University Hospital, where 2 of my kids were admitted, the third, who was 17 at the time, just leaving KC, was admitted to Ward 8, the adult ward. I messaged him and I said, Dr. Tufton, there is a dengue outbreak. You know what Dr. Tufton answered and said to me? Dengue is endemic. It's just the normal thing. I said, oh, okay. That time, Ward 15 and Ward 16 at University Hospital overflowing with dengue. When my 2 kids were supposed to be admitted, they had to stay in a room isolated at A&E because no beds were available until the following day. Then the picnic them start dead. And I started to document it. And I said, no, man. Me start talk about dengue. I did a video about not, because remember now, Jesus Christ. Somebody I try call me. Lord, you see the thing when you give up your number to people start call them, don't know, so you're live and all of these things. Me have to go tell my daughter say me live, because she call when you hearing me? Sundari, I am live. Please do not call this phone. If you want me, you call my Jamaican number. Don't call me on it. Sundari, message me on the Jamaican number. You can't call the foreign number. That's what I go live on. Okay? What is the problem? Okay, you can put that on the chat. Yes, I do. The pink one in my bedroom. But you can also put it on you can actually come into my WhatsApp. Sundari. You can come into my WhatsApp. You're gonna come. The baby them own. Use that one, the pink one. Alright. Anyway. As we're going back to my story now. Going back to my story. Don't worry, Angela. We're going to talk about she too. We're going to talk about she. Alright? Yes, tell them, Sonny, taps and roses, taps and roses, taps and roses. So when my kids had dengue, Dr. Tufton was in denial, deliberate denial. The pitney them start dead. And I was doing a lot talking about it on my platform on Facebook. You know, say I have whole heap of followers on Facebook. I started documenting, and Dr. Dawes came out to my defense when the JLP operatives started to, when they started to attack me, this same Dr. Dawes came to my defense. I did a video about not giving the children presenting with fever, cataflam, or anything, any NSAID, because the ministry was downplaying cataflam. And let me tell you what that did. I'm going to tell you how this man wicked, because I know I'm trying to wonder all this time. By not admitting that there is a dengue outbreak, by not notifying healthcare professionals that there is a dengue outbreak, you fail to notify them that there are certain drugs they cannot prescribe. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, otherwise called NSAIDs, like cataflam, Voltaren, ibuprofen. Whereas you take those drugs, if you have dengue and you take them, it kill you because it thin out your blood too much and you bleed to death. And so we had kids, not just kids, people dying because of his failure to admit that there was a dengue outbreak. 6 boys from Kingston College died that year. Now let me tell you how I missed it by the skin of my teeth. My little one, who was 8 at the time, Sebastian, presented with a high fever and neck pain and eye pain. I took him to the hospital and he was diagnosed as having a viral illness, not sure what. And he was prescribed cataflam. Kamla didn't give him the cataflam. God said to me, do not give him the cataflam. I didn't give him. If I gave him, he would have been a dead child. Just like the rest of the kids. Because unlike the rest of them, the other parents, in my head, in my silly little head, high fever equal viral illness. Viral illness can be any mosquito-borne illness. Do not give NSAID. Many doctors don't think like that. And I didn't give my child that. He was misdiagnosed as having meningitis and sent home with cataflam. Had I given him the cataflam, he would have died. You know how we knew that it was dengue? Because by the time I go back home with him, the next one, she gets sick. The same one we want to sip on this something a while ago. She start get sick now. So me call back my doctor friend and say, Mums, it's can't meningitis, you know. Because meningitis is not contagious. She cuss a bad word. Because neck pain and eye pain, if it's not meningitis, it's dengue or chikungunya or Zika or one of them mosquito-borne illnesses. She said, Kamla, do not give him any more cataflam. I said, I never gave him any at all. All the while, Christopher Tufton is denying that there is a dengue outbreak. Remember now, the minute you say dengue outbreak, we know say NSAID's off the table. All the while, drug rep here, oh, illness going round. Let me tell you something, the one them will sell these things, you know, make a money off it, you know. But why? Because let me tell you something, as them see headache and fever, oh man, prescribe the cataflam liquid and the drops and all of this make the baby well. The amount of baby were dead in 2019. I had them listed on my page. Christopher Tufton took no responsibility, no remorse. He started blaming people for the dengue outbreak. Said people don't keep them surroundings and them environment clean. Tell me if there is something similar to what he's doing now. Because every time Christopher Tufton is backed in a corner, he blames somebody else. But I don't finish my story yet. I'm gonna continue. 6 boys from Kingston College died that year. My son wasn't going to be the seventh. My son platelets actually went down to 13,000. You know what the normal platelets is? Me see if you're bright. You know what the normal blood platelets supposed to be? Between 150,000 and 499,000. My son one was 13,000. The doctor them said to me, if you don't get him blood right now, mommy, him not going to survive. That is how sick Sean Douglas was. That's my eldest. One thing with Casey, you know, that's why me will forever. Even though my little one go JC, me will always be a 40's mother, you know. Him get 40 bag of blood. It was a Saturday. And I don't know where all of this blood come from, but him get 40 bag of blood within 3 hours. Can never forget. I call Henley Taylor, Casey old boy, who blog with me, and me say, Henley, my son need blood. And Henley, all I know say everybody from KC. I never see nothing so. Yes, that is it, Otako. Well, we say 499 now, but okay. But my son was 13,000. Okay? 13,000. That just goes to show you how low it was. So he was set for blood transfusions. And that is where the papaya leaf come from. At the time, I was actually at JBDC in their incubator program with my business, my small business. And a doctor who was in the program, Dr. Janice Simmons Fisher, who owns Bioregeneration Limited. She does the IV. She does the IV, the intravenous vitamin and all sort of something. She said to me, you know, Kamla, papaya leaf works very well with dengue. That time the 3 of me picked them in a hospital. 1 platelet very low. The girl, she have thrombocytopenia, as well as her white blood cells. Her white blood, she have some, I can't remember, she had a, Sundari had a very, very rare presentation. Her white blood cell count was low and her platelet count was low. She spent the longest in the hospital. She was the sickest. Them say fear blood look like so she have leukemia. Them did at one point, them start wonder if she have leukemia with the dengue. That's how sick she was. The one who did get sick first wasn't so sick as the rest of them. And Dr. Simmons Fisher said to me, listen, give them papaya leaf. I take that papaya leaf, I go straight to the hospital and I give the whole of them. Because the doctor and the nurse, them just see me giving my picnic them something and it worked like nothing. Listen to me. Most of you know me from that. Because I became now the ambassador for papaya leaf. I'm a run with it. Get it free. Teach people how to make it. Deliver it all over till the hospital them start ban me. The hospital them start ban me. But guess what? If I would have to do it over, I would do it over again because I was showing them up. Because what that did is finally, Christopher Tufton had to admit that there was a dengue outbreak. He never want to admit it. Yeah, man, I was the papaya lady. All over, everybody know me as the papaya leaf lady. Enough people come to me yard for papaya leaf juice. Enough celebrity, people started helping me, doctors started helping me. Then this man tried to discredit me. Talk about it can't work. Have him doctor them well loyal to him come out and say it can't work. In the end, because there were studies. In the end, some of the very same doctors had to come on TV and say yes, papaya leaf does work. In India, that is what they use. In when all of this something start, I add it on the nose say my small business I do products, natural health products. I put it among my the list of my products. The Indian them every time there is the dengue outbreak, the Indian them flock me. The Indian them from India find me every time. No, this is this is when I realize how evil this man is. Fast forward to COVID. Cause we're going through all them deeds and them misdeeds, because I want to show you how long I have been at it with this demon. This Satan. Thank you, Quicksilver. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want you to understand how long I've been at it with this despot, this fake doctor. When COVID come now, this man, do I even need to talk about his management of COVID and how evil he is? I have one question. Where is the $400 million will him get for COVID management? Where is the $400 million? I tell you that to be in healthcare, let me tell you something. To be in healthcare, there is a certain kind of empathy that you must possess because you are dealing with people's life. Christopher Tufton has no empathy. Christopher Tufton don't care about people. So how is it that you have a man that don't care for people as your Minister of Health and Wellness? We have seen the healthcare system collapse around us. It's long time I'm telling you about it. As somebody who worked in public health, in several hospitals across Jamaica, after which when me leave my work as a drug rep, I was a drug rep for years, having to service those same hospitals. People talk and whisper in my ears. Enough doctor know me, enough nurse. When I was no longer a drug rep, I coordinated patient transfers from the hospital to the hospital, them to foreign hospital, them to get Jamaicans out because the system was mashing up. Me live to see it myself. You know how much people me get on a plane out of here? When my friend husband who was a policeman broke him neck, you know what the hurdles and obstacles I had to jump through to get him out of here because them couldn't deal with him. You know how we try to get Kayla and Dowdy out of here? And it's the same system over here, so hold on to her and prevent that little girl from going overseas. Let me tell you something about fear, mother. That is a woman of God. Because our faith never falter. A lot of patients we tried to get out of Jamaica, the system shake them up. Them things missing. Them files missing. I could sit on the down and tell you some things about healthcare in Jamaica. And I've been saying it for a long time. But nobody is listening. See now it push, bust open. The maternal mortality rate, this is not the first time you hear me talking about it. I've been speaking about this from March. Do you remember that I told you that there was a professor who made a presentation at university at the maternity conference, the fertility conference, the same conference when them talk about bleaching cream affecting the sperm count in men? And I said to Uno on this same platform, on my life, that is not the biggest issue we have. I came on here and I showed you the file, the graph. I came on this same page and showed you how it shoot up. You remember that? Who remember that? I show the mortality, how the woman them dying. Bit how more women are dying now than what was dying in the 70s. I showed it to you. I showed you the graph. That was from March. March. March, April, May, June. 3 months ago. There you go, Twitch. Thank you. How long ago was that, Twitch? When me just start go live. When me just start go live. I showed you the graphs. Now it blow up. Not only are women dying in childbirth, more women dying in 2024 than were dying in 1979 in childbirth. But more babies are dying too. More babies are dying. And this man has perpetually tried to cover it up. In covering up everything. I'm blaming Dr. Dawes. Saying him lying. There was a presentation about it. But let's talk about the ventilators. How the man come and attack Dr. Dawes. Say Dr. Dawes is lying about the ventilator them. It's so him saying. And 118 ventilators in the system. Listen. Me there in my class, them, my training. One something I have in the earphone, may I listen to, may I watch, This phone, my Jamaican phone, everything I come in, I may see everything. I might not be on this, but I am paying attention to everything. Every detail and seeing this wicked man. This wicked man. It's not population control. This is called putting money in him damn pocket. Because the money, the grants that he's getting. Wait a second. May I have something else to show you over here. I have something else to show you over here. The money that he's getting. Where is it? Let me show you what I have to show you. Where the $700 billion there? Somebody talk to me. So we there cost about $400 million during COVID. Where is the $700 billion? And that I want to know. Now you tell me, while Jamaican people are suffering, $700 billion missing. You see, we don't understand. People now waking up to say, yes, wait, something wrong. Remember how them used to come out and defend him, Tufton? Remember how them... Let me ask you this. How many times has Tufton been voted the best minister? Talk to me there. How many times has Tufton been voted the best minister? That I ask you now. That's what I'm asking you now. How many times has he been voted the best minister? Over and over every year. It's like Jamaican people just can't realize, oh, this man wicked. Oh, him deadly. Oh, him dangerous. No, but how can you not see through this PR? Yes, it's PR, I understand. Imagine. The US went as far as to put a level 3 travel advisory against Jamaica because of the health care, the poor health care. Right? The poor health care, a level 3 Travel advisory because of the poor health care. Remember that? And people were still defending this man. People were still defending him. Always ranked. But you see, God don't like ugly, you know. And no matter how close you are to the devil, the God I serve is going to find a way to bring you down. Him did have to come down. Because me know say my God is real, you know, and it's a whole heap of people blood on this man's shoulder because of what he has taken the health care in Jamaica too. Because of where we're going, Pastor Ricky, because of where this man take health care too. Whole heap of blood on him shoulder. Whole heap of blood on him shoulder. And God must, listen, God must make him suffer. No matter how, which demon him is or which devil him serve, God have to bring him down. Let me tell you how Eve. I'm gonna break down for you tonight. You don't have time with me now. You don't have time. Because we're going to break down just the things them where Christopher Tufton doing and how wicked him is. As a human being, how evil him is. Firstly, no. I tell you now all the time about my experience with my friend at KPH. My friend who is a doctor at KPH. You see how much time I'm telling you this? Who throw out her back, resuscitating a gunshot victim on the floor. Labor right come on me go on live already. Right? Me go on live already. And labor right tell me says lie me telling. Me see it with my own two eyes, you know. This is somebody I work with. We have a very, very solid professional relationship. And most of them, whenever them feel any little pain, and me them call. Right? Them wake me up out of my bed all hours. Right? Because I'm telling her, say, I take care of everybody around me. And she called me, and I had to go down to her at KPH. Take my little bag. This is now about 9 o'clock, you know, in the night. And go down to KPH because she twists up, can't move. There are no stretchers in the accident and emergency. And she had to resuscitate a patient on the floor and throw out her back. You hear what I say? I'm very good with backs. Yeah. She threw out her back resuscitating a patient on the floor. So I was a little, I never really I couldn't believe it. So them called me and show me the cubicle them. If you don't know how KPH A&E stay, the cubicle them, no stretcher. No stretcher. So, you know, I have some political links, and some of the links I have prefer to not be disclosed. So I beg some stretcher for them. But I won't disclose the donor of the stretchers. But somebody on our side donated stretchers to them so that they could use. Yep. Believe it or not. Now, when the people them say that, listen, we don't have nothing. We don't remember now we know. There is no CT machine at Bustamante Children's Hospital. Make we talk about Bustamante now and why you need to have CT's machine, that is the CAT scan machine at Bustamante Children's Hospital. Children are prone to traumatic brain injuries. When a picnic drop out of one tree and lick him head and go to the hospital, you have to do a CT scan immediately. Once a child has a head injury, a CT scan is needed immediately to determine if that child needs surgery or not. It's an emergency. Time is brain. When I say that, it means the longer you delay, the more damage occurs to the brain. Same thing with a stroke. Same thing with a stroke. You need to do a CT scan immediately because time is brain. The longer you wait, the more brain you lose. Now imagine having to put a child who has supposed to be stabilized in a one ambulance and transferring them to a private facility to have a CT scan done because the hospital don't have none. Medical center up here have CT scan. Medical center, every little arbitrary medical center and every corner where you pass, all of them have CT scan. Very basic. Thank you, Uncommon. Thank you, Uncommon. I want them to see that I am not lying. You were doing surgery at KPH and there was no stretcher. Labor right come on this platform and tell me say it's lie. I tell him. I see it with my own eyes. Yesterday there was a power cut. Last night at around this time, somebody called me and told me there was a power outage at Cornwall Regional Hospital. And the hospital was in darkness. There was no generator. This is a hospital. A hospital. But we have to wonder, why is Christopher Tufton so intent on ruining healthcare? Let us talk about the fact that all the suppliers are owed. The people them will supply the drugs them. The people them will supply the what you call them now, not toiletries, we call them the supplies. The PPEs, the gloves, the toilet paper, all of them something there. Them people there, the company them will supply them something there. All the Ministry of Health do is run up a bill with one supplier and then move to the next. Run up that the bill and move to the next until them go through each and every single one of them. And that is why when you go to the hospital, exactly, when you go to the hospital, it's enough money them owe them. You can't get no supplies. The American lady have to be asking for toilet paper because nobody will supply any hospital with toilet paper because the Ministry of Health don't want to pay them. Yeah. But we're going to go a step further. Manpower and maintenance, who used to provide janitorial services for all the hospital, they had the contract. When I last checked, the ministry owed them hundreds of millions of dollars. I ask question. And that is why manpower and maintenance no longer in the hospital and is Jack then in the hospital. When you realize everybody say Jack then now, it used to say MMS and it say Jack then now. When you go on a look. Because them owe MMS so much money that MMS done with them. But you not go see who own Jack then. Somebody go do them homework. I not say nothing. Somebody just go do them homework. Because them own funeral homes, them own janitorial services, them own everything to make them make money off of the back of poor people. So the money where you're supposed to be spending, it go and go further, you know. The money where you're supposed to be spending to take care of the people them, you're finding a way to scrape it out of the system. We're going to go a step further. Why is it that they refuse to replace or repair the CT scanners, the MRI machines, the ultrasound machines, which are simple. My little medical center where me work. Is him alone own it user? Him alone? Do your homework. Let me close my mouth. Why is it that when you want to do a ultrasound, a CT scan, a MRI, a basic x-ray, you have to go to private facilities and join them waiting list? Why? Now, me as a private practitioner, when I send somebody for a MRI, that patient is not getting an appointment until way down the line. Why? Because the government patient them full up the system. The government patient them full up the system. So you have an emergency, for instance, and me say to the doctor, boy doc, me need a MRI of this spine and this lumbar spine, because me do a lot of back, as me say. Me do a whole heap of back here. Doc, me need a lumbar spine MRI. And we send the patient to do an MRI of the lumbar spine. And it cannot be done because it's the whole, everybody from the hospital coming there to do the MRI, and the patient who needs the MRI right now and come to a private facility cannot get it done. Yeah. So the actions of Christopher Tufton not only impact the public health, but it also puts an additional burden on the private health, because because guess what now? Christopher Tufton is shunting the patients. I'm getting the inactivity thing, people, you know. I have to verify a while ago when I tap up the screen and then now give me the light them, you know. Tap up the screen. Give me some gift. Share up the live. Them just flag the something for inactivity. Tap up his screen. But as I am saying now, Christopher Tufton is shunting the patients from the public health, the public hospital, the clinic them, into private. You know what the hospital them is now, Marg? Not even Marg, because all that business in my take with too. The hospitals are shells. They are empty shells. We don't serve no purpose. Because when a baby needs health care at the hospital, the baby need a ventilator, there is no ventilator. Doctor have to be standing up. Doctor and nurse have to be standing up with ambu bag, bagging baby for hours. Because the hospitals are shells, building with no purpose. You're giving healthcare workers basket to carry water. How can healthcare workers save lives without equipment? How that possible? I say it every day, you cannot blame them because they are given nothing to work with. The simple little PPEs, them have to take it out, carry it from them yard. Gloves, mask, rubbing alcohol for sanitize them, and them have to walk with it from them yard because the government won't even provide that. Then you wonder why them leaving Jamaica so. But I will go a step further. The figures of the maternity mortality rate have been provided, and what did Tufton do? Tufton turn around and blame pregnant women for making themselves sick. Tufton turn round. When I don't believe me, make I find it. If you think it's lie, me telling. If you think it's lie, me telling, make me find it and show now. Because this is why I said this man is a sick individual. He is a sick and twisted individual. Yes? This man is a sick and twisted individual. Bad eating habits make baby dead. I'm gonna find it and show now. Well, I'm not talking about the ventilators. The man there, me know me have it, you know. I know I have it. I will find it for you. I know I will find it for you. Give me a minute. Phone ringing again. Give me a minute. Okay, so what him say? Bad eating habits, them not taking care of themselves. Is that what him say? So what I want to know is them suddenly stop taking care of themselves. That's the question I'm asking. People just suddenly stop taking care of themselves. All along, people was taking care of us, themselves, and all of us. And you see, this man take on for eat. Him take me for idiot. When him can't take me for idiot, you know, because me know. Him take on for idiot. So when a woman baby dead, it's because she did something wrong. That's the question I am asking. When a woman dies, or when a woman baby die in childbirth, is it because she did something wrong? Is that what he's trying to say? This just goes to show you how narcissistic, sick, and twisted this man is. Remember, you know, I showed you the chart. The chart shows the Spiritual Conference star. Who is there? Is there Comrade Leader is? Thank you, Comrade Deborah. Thank you. But wanna work with me now. Work with me. Work with me. What I am asking is, if all of a sudden pregnant woman stop take care of themselves. Remember when the baby them was dying, you know. Remember, you know. When Dr. Ferguson was Minister of Health and the babies died, them literally crucify him. When Christopher Tufton was the minister and the babies died, Christopher Tufton said it's because the woman them have infection in them private part. The woman them not taking care of themselves and giving them baby infection. That is what Christopher Tufton said. Now they are blaming everybody but themselves. This time now, the women are not taking care of themselves, and that is why the babies are dying. That is why the women are dying. It's the you basically you killing yourself. And then you have an idiot now by the name of Crystal Lee. Crystal Lee now, who is the MP for Northwest St. and jump out now with her big mouth, trying to defend Tufton and flap herself. advise all labor rights, just stay away from this one, because this is going to sink Tufton. Because people not blind and people not stupid. No matter how much you try to make Jamaican people stupid, them not stupid. Them there is so long that you can hide things from people. After a while, they must see it. Then people must understand and realize that you're taking them for idiot. But the thing about it is, Eagle Boss, she get booed today with Andrew, or yesterday them go Brownstone Market and them get booed. Imagine she take her prime minister to her constituency and go to the market in her constituency only for her and her prime minister to be booed. Now, Senator Gabriel Morris, who is the PNP caretaker for the seat, after Crystal Lee run up her mouth, go show the people them Brownstone Health Center and the dilapidated state that Brownstone Health Center is in. So she's there running up her mouth, gentle people. And yet the people them, the pregnant women who go to the Brownstone Health Center to get looked after, have to sit down on a bench out in the rain should rain fall. This goes to show you how they literally have no, them not have no shame, nothing. Nothing. Thank you, Bill Jamrock. You have laid it out quite simply. Christopher Tufton has no soul. He has no soul. And that is what all of this boils down to. The man don't have no compassion. Him don't care about people. I said it at the beginning of this live. You cannot have a minister. You cannot have a minister of health that lacks empathy for people. It not gonna work, because to be in healthcare, to be involved in healthcare, you have to care about people. It's common sense. If you don't care for people, you listen. If you don't care for people, the well-being of people, you're not supposed to be nowhere near healthcare. Thank you, Dre. Exactly. They demonized Dr. Fenton Ferguson over the dead babies. And look what is happening now. The man turned around and blaming women, saying they are responsible for their own demise and the demise of their children. I have a friend of mine who I wanted to invite on the program tonight to speak about her baby who died at one of these hospitals for the same lack of ventilator reason. Was born on my daughter's birthday and died a week after. No, ever bless him, is not a real doctor. We don't talk about that already. How the man get him doctorate from a degree mill. Fake doctor. But at the end of the day, we get the government that we deserve as a people. No, Dr. Death. Brat, him name Dr. Death. Because the man brings nothing but death and destruction. Nothing but death and destruction. Any way you take it. I was telling you about my friend who lost her baby. And she says she will come and speak about her experience, but she's not mentally ready. She is getting counseling right now. It is hard for you to carry a baby for 9 months and you give birth to a healthy baby and something happens at the hospital and there is nothing to save that baby's life because she gave birth to a healthy baby. She gave birth to a healthy baby. And for some reason, something happened. The baby needed a ventilator and none was available. And the baby died. And then you have this ridiculous minute. And let me tell you why. You can't blame the healthcare workers because they have nothing to work with, nothing what them supposed to have, nothing what them you know the little something where you're supposed to push in the nasal aspirator and take out the booger out of the baby them nose, the mucus out of the baby them nose, not even that them have. I kid you not. Remember when well me, you see my first son is 24 this year. It's not the catheter, it's the aspirator, the nasal aspirator. Where you squeeze it, it have a bulb on it, and you squeeze it, and then you put it in the nose and let it go, and it suck out all of the stuff out of the mucus out of the baby nose. That may talk about. Not even that them have. Yeah, not even that. Living in best life, pretty Mel. Living is best life. Off of the backs of poor people. Off of the back of poor people. And as I said to you, this when Jamaica, there is a level 3 travel advisory by the Americans about the state of Jamaica's healthcare. People blaming them. When members of the diaspora go out and protest on Black Road overseas about the state of Jamaica and the healthcare, them say them tearing down brand Jamaica. They don't think that they are tearing down brand Jamaica by not providing the things we need. In the pocket, ask market me. Ask market me. Step light. Ask market me. Because it's just more. These people have no conscience. They wouldn't even scrape little, them have to scrape everything. Everything them scrape. It will stop when we get them out of government. Because them don't have no conscience. You know, like when you have somebody, you have one person who can regulate how much him eat. Just think about people who overeat and them can't stop eating because there is no triggers to say, okay, I am full, I need to stop eating now, and them just eat until them belly bust. A Tufton that. That is Tufton. There is no moral compass to say, alright, enough is enough now. Make we stop. No. And he will not stop until he ruins the entire industry. Carol, it is terrible. It is terrible. It is horrible. The state of the healthcare. Who live now? Anybody live from the conference? I was trying to find out if Comrade Leader was going live tonight and I never get no response. But you know, comrades, we're going to, yes, Judge, you have a very good question if we're going to have to start from scratch. We're going to have to start from below scratch. You hear when I said the maternity mortality rate is? You hear where I tell you it is? It is worse than 1980. We have to start from under the ground, which not even dirt, from underground. Because they have put us back so far in every aspect. Them put we back so far. They have pushed us back so far. We're gone below ground zero, brat. We're gone way below ground zero. Me sorry, Twitch, but it's the truth. The truth shall set us free. Where these people have put us to. Judge, you are so right. And we are going to have to band together and work. We have to go band together and do this. Because a whole heap of work have to go into building back Jamaica from scratch. Not just healthcare, but also education. Not just healthcare, but education too. Yeah. And not just education, but every aspect of Jamaican life. Social services. The farmer them. Let me tell you about the school them. Make we don't even go there. Today is Tufton Day and we shall be beating Tufton today. You know what me never do? Let me tell you know what I never do. I never big up the Gensec. I supposed to big up the Gensec, you know. I never remember for big up a Gensec. Make I come over here so and switch it to. I forgot to big up the how could I forget to big up the Gensec? You know, comrades, we're going to talk about this a little before we go back to make we lighten the mood because you see if you talk about healthcare in Jamaica, you will be forever depressed. So make we lighten the mood. Let me lighten the mood and talk about Dr. Dayton Campbell victory in the courts. Wait a second here. May I try to change the something for over by YouTube. There we go. Alright, YouTube. Yeah man, big up to the Gensec. Imagine you have your good name, you're a doctor, a medical doctor, and you're in politics and you have your good name. And 30 drunk people have the audacity to call your name saying you're doing all sorts of things to little picnic. Imagine. So you know, me have to take this opportunity. And you know, I'm not only going to beat Karen Cross, Michelle Stern, and the other mad one, what she call herself now, Natalie Stack. I'm not going to only deal with them tonight. I am going to talk about the many people who call themselves comrades, who followed behind these people and tarnish Dr. Campbell's name. Only deserve a beating too. Because if it were only Karen Cross, Michelle Stern, and Natalie Stack who spread the lies, the lie them wouldn't go nowhere. It would not have reached anyway, but you have people, many so-called comrades, who continuously listen to these despots and make PNP worse. I wanna come about. First and foremost, if you can follow these three clones, Karen Cross is a mercenary. If you have never believed me for anything at all in your life, you're going to believe me right now. Karen Cross is a mercenary. She worked for money. She support who pay her the most money. You have to continuously bankroll her for her to support you. She was supporting Norman Horn for president of the PNP. That's who she was supporting. And when Norman Horn realized he wasn't going anywhere, she decided to support Lisa Hanna. Why did she not support Mark Golding? Because he refused to give her money. Right? What you need to ask is who was bankrolling Karen Cross with all of this, because remember the judge hold her in contempt of the court already and she'd have to fork out $700,000. Who is bankrolling her? I don't know Michelle Stern. I never see that person a day in my life before. This person just pop up out of the blue. 2020, 2019, 2020, she just pop up as a comrade, a so-called comrade. I never knew her before. Natalie Stack is a labor right. And when more, you know what hurt me about comrades? You see me? I have been blogging on social media for the PNP before Facebook existed. You know when Facebook came about? In 2006. It was invented by Mark Zuckerberg in 2005 and became popular in 2006. I've been blogging for the PNP before Facebook existed. When you remember High Five? When you remember MySpace? When you remember Go Jamaica? I saw Nadine Johnson on this platform a while ago. Me and Nadine coming from before I was pregnant with Sundari, who no say bomb rush me live a while ago, go ask me about knapsack. Sundari is 18 years old. And when somebody like me who has been blogging for the PNP, the whole I wanna come on social media come see me. Every last one I wanna. Every last one of you come on social media and see me. Might not TikTok, but definitely Facebook. Every last one I wanna. Come on social media and see me blogging for the PNP. The only person who I come and see on social media blogging before me is Comrade Nadine Johnson, aka Douchey Girl. That's the only person that is currently blogging because the rest of them dead. Norman Wigan dead. Man Mackenzie dead. So when me telling you say this damn girl is not a comrade because she used to blog for JLP and none of you don't believe me, who is the idiot here? Because me know all of the JLP blogger them. Me blogging with them forever. And I say to you that Natalie Stack used to come on the internet radio. And it's only remember Michelle Bradshaw, who was a labor writer and she turned PNP. She had a radio, a blog radio station, blog talk, whatever. You remember the blog talk platform? Like an internet radio station. And Michelle Bradshaw and Natalie Stack used to be the host of that program with one next one. And they were labor rights. And Michelle switched. Michelle has never hidden the fact that she was a labor right. Natalie take Jesus off of the cross, says our granny is a comrade and our this and that and blah blah blah. I see right through the bitch from day one. Right through. And I say to you that she is not a comrade. The drunkard them cuss me fear. Cuss me dog rotten fear. I say me not over me talk about because she's a comrade. Me know all of the comrade them we blog. And we hurt me with comrades. Uno fail to understand that you have implants. Uno don't understand how these people operate. Carrot Body Grandma, aka Vinetta Mai Wilson, is a labor right. You know who did call her Carrot Body Grandma? My friend Sharifa. You know why? Because Vinette Amoy Wilson, you don't see her supporting anything apart from when there is a division. And what hurt me the most is you have people who consider themselves genuine comrades, who run behind these people. And these people are labor rights. Operatives, thank you Twitch. They are operatives. And comrades run behind them. They are not comrades. They are not comrades. Comrades, this time, sharpen your eyes. Sharpen your eyes of discernment. It's time to understand who real and who fake. If you have people who can't call themselves comrade, who continuously push division, they cannot be comrades. It cannot be that when we see the party moving forward, you decide, say you alone want to stay one side and bring the party down. Everybody knows that Dr. Phillips was not my cup of tea. But when the trumpet sound, me go fight as a good comrade should. And me go vote as a good comrade should. That is the bottom line. You need to understand who is for the party and who is against the party. I have seen many comrades who did not support Mark Golding in the leadership race, and them come and them say, listen, I like Wagwan, you know, Mark Golding is the leader and we support Mark Golding. That is a comrade. When the trumpet sound, comrades, you're supposed to hear the trumpet and it's supposed to call it to attention. Thank you, Apple user, for the gifts. That is what comrades do. So I don't get this. Imagine you concoct a lie now. You put yourself in this position now. You see how me now like Comrade Jensek? All our holy panty she have to go sell for give me my money. She have to sell every single possession in her name. Forgive me my money. She have to sell the clothes off her back to give me my money. Her debts will be paid by her children and her children's children to give me my money. Natalie Stack cannot come back to Jamaica. She have to stay where she is and look on. So all she can do is stay where she is and run up her mouth. She's not a comrade, we said that. But people listen to these people. People listen to them and use them as reference. When they're making up these little stories in them head. When they're making up these little stories in them head, people listen to them. When Comrade Paul Well's child was viciously, brutally slain, who did Karen Cross say was responsible? Did she not attempt to implicate the Comrade chairman? That was a lie from the pit of hell, concocted by her because she have a problem with them. And when the police came out and named the person of interest, people, are you gonna tell me say people still listen to her after that? Because she come out now and start call my name about me and me kill my friend. She was one of those, the chief architects of that rumor. The three of them. Because they are like vicious dogs. You give a dog a bone, and yet people listen to her again. You give a dog a bone. That's the bottom line. So it of course them listen to her Bill Jamrock. That's what I'm saying. It's like, how do you listen to somebody who's always wrong? If I listen to you the first time and you prove wrong, you can't get me listen to you again, you know? Worse, you go get proved wrong a second time and a third time, and I must still listen to you. She has no credibility. None of them have any credibility. But you know who listen to them the most? The labor right them. The labor rights. Listen to them. Of course, thank you, Steve. But we know that. Chevy says she don't know these women not posting them picture on my page. One page, let me tell you something. Listen to me and listen to me, good Chevy. You will never see me give credence to these evil people ever. They're always like little chihuahuas barking and looking for my attention. This is the first time you will ever see me pay attention to them, and it's to laugh in them face. When them walk and call up people name with all sort or something, them never think it going get nowhere. The next one I'm dying to say who going have to pay through him ass is Hero Clark, Shira Clark. Who have to go pay money through him ass. With him drug his baby mother, them in better hope and pray say him baby mother, them drugs money turn up. Because him have to go pay through him ass. That is the bottom line. Yes, man, we see them on YouTube, but if people watch them, people stupid. Because if you watch an idiot who is always wrong, and you continue to watch them, then you are the idiot. You are the idiot. You are the idiot. That is all I will say about that. Now, I want to spend a little time because I'm going to come off at 9:30, which is 10:30 my time. 9:30 your time, because it's now 9:05 your time. I am an hour ahead. I want to spend a little time talk about Juliet Holness now, the House Speaker in court. You know, Jamaica is a very strange country. Jamaica is a very strange country. People still trying to come on my live. Them a try this game thing, this ranking thing. Me need for hey, let me tell you something. I say I book up on a live and I see Ivani. Apparently Ivani come out of custody. And Ivani do some ranking. The people them buy give her enough money for buy one phone in a one game, you know. Me say, hey, me have to go start this thing too, man. I look from when me want to change my phone. No, sir, it's some serious money these people make. Una couldn't tell me say so this ranking thing serious. The people they make so much money. No joke, you know. No joke. I never know say people could have make so much money off it. May I look for something? Order. Lord. Lord have mercy. I'm trying to say this something freeze. Jesus. Alright, let me go work with this now. This damn thing always giving me problem. Alright. I go talk about Juliet now. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now imagine you have a House Speaker who is being sued for impropriety. A House Speaker. A House Speaker. When me tell you, I say this entire government have to go down, them have to go down, them have to go down. The House Speaker, as in, let us not even talk about the fact that she's the Prime Minister's wife. In Spain, the President of Spain was forced to resign because his wife, who has no position in government or parliament or whatever, she was flagged for corruption and he was forced to resign, or him have to call election or whatever. And I didn't know that about 3 weeks ago. But our Prime Minister, the Drancro, who have him wife as the Speaker of the House, gets to sit there comfortably while his wife is in court as the Speaker of the House for impropriety. Hey, when I tell you that Jamaica is a banana republic, these people have made sure that Jamaica is worse than Haiti in terms of corruption, you know. Listen, we don't have nothing on Haiti, you know. Haiti don't have nothing on us when it comes to corruption, you know. Them lay all the ducks in line, you know, for we feel be just as bad as Haiti, you know. She took away the labels. She don't them listen, let me tell you something, man. These people, they make my blood run cold. They make my blood curdle, as my granny would have say. You know when blood curdle? Imagine a government minister, the wife of the Prime Minister, the Speaker of the House, embroiled in something like this, and she gets to stay there. She doesn't feel say she's supposed to move. The chief termite herself. And I don't want nobody come tell me say I mustn't disrespect the woman and call her a termite, because she say she is a termite. Oh, you mean what impropriety? The woman is being accused of stealing land. The lady is being accused of putting up what she's not supposed to put up on land. So you mean what impropriety? Isn't that improper? In which other country could a government minister get away with this? I want somebody answer me that. Whether it's access or accuse, it doesn't matter. She's in court for it. The minute it gone court, she's supposed to step away from her name call up. In anything like this, she's supposed to step away. But no, we must accept all of these things because of termites. Termites on our platforms every day trying to distract us from the truth. I'm gonna ask again, in which other jurisdiction could a government minister be embroiled in a lawsuit like this over land and be allowed to keep her office? Me need somebody to enlighten me. Which country? Remember now, Spain, the president of Spain wife name get called up and him have to step down. Him have to move aside. Then what is it with Jamaica? We don't deserve good governance. Don't we deserve good governance? Only Jamaica. Only Jamaica and nowhere else. Nowhere else. Only Jamaica. That's the bottom line. But I'm gonna say to you, and a prime minister wife, yes, my love, just for being the prime minister wife alone, she should have been held accountable. But yes, she is a minister of government, a member of parliament, the House Speaker, to both. Not a minister of government, the House Speaker. And we're supposed to be comfortable with all of this, all of them transgressions. Under siege is an understatement, Judge. It is an understatement. The understatement of the century. To tell you how me nervous about Jamaica right now. I am nervous about our health care. I'm nervous about it. To all the healthcare system stay in Jamaica, I just want to make sure say all of my loved ones them come out of there. So that nothing don't happen to them there. And them stuck there. I am nervous. And this is not about the doctors and the nurses. This is about the resources. This is about the resources. Whew. It is very scary. Let me tell you something. Imagine you are in a motor vehicle accident. Oh, don't work with me now. Make it work with me now. Imagine you are in a motor vehicle accident. In need of an ambulance. Do you know that there is no ambulance to get you? The only way you will get lucky is if you crash in a resort area, because that's the only place them have the ambulance. They might kid you not. So if you go in crash, go on a Ochi go crash. Yeah. You have to try and map out where is the safest place in Jamaica for you to crash. Them have the ambulance them down Negril and them place and Amobe, but no hospital not there. So don't crash down there, so. Because the ambulance can get you, but the hospital the Pastor Ricky, the profession of paramedic does not exist in Jamaica. We have emergency medical technicians, but no paramedic. And how I know? Because I cannot be called a paramedic, even though I am a paramedic by training as well. Because I did advanced cardiac life support, advanced trauma life support, all of them something there. I cannot be called a paramedic. The most I can be called is an emergency medical technician, even though I have more training than the emergency medical technician. Why? Because the profession of paramedic does not exist in Jamaica. It not depend the paper, the council of supplementary to medicine. It just don't exist. It just don't exist. Yeah, true thing. They are now training the fire personnel to be EMT, emergency medical technicians. But then not all stations have them and have ambulances. They just focus right now on the resort areas. So Ocho Rios, Negril, um, Montego Bay, I think Linstead, but none in Kingston and Portmore. Portmore have to. Portmore fire the fire station by Waterford, I think. None in Kingston. So if somebody get licked down in Kingston, you just have to scrape him up and put him in the vehicle and carry him to hospital because you can't call an ambulance. You cannot call an ambulance unless it's a private ambulance. And when you call the private ambulance, the first thing them ask you is who is gonna pay for the ambulance. You have EMT in Jamaica, you don't have paramedic in Jamaica. You have EMT. The fire personnel are trained as EMT. You have an EMT training course up at UTEC. You have some EMT training courses. You don't have paramedics. Paramedics are a step above EMT. There are things that EMTs cannot do that a paramedic can do. So there are no paramedics in Jamaica. Like for instance, a paramedic can trach a person. A EMT can't trach a person. You understand? A paramedic can give an injection directly in the heart or wherever. A paramedic cannot do that. A paramedic, an EMT can do that. There are things that an EMT can, a paramedic can do that an EMT cannot do. You understand? EMT can deliver baby and there are things that they can do. You understand? But a paramedic is just a little step down below a doctor. A paramedic can do everything that a nurse can do. Yeah, on site. So normally, like in the States, you will have an ambulance one with one paramedic and three EMT or two EMT. The paramedic is always the one who coordinate the team in the ambulance. You understand? Because the paramedic is a little step beneath the doctor in terms of the emergency, a step above a nurse. You understand? So, yeah, man, yeah, yes, Natalie, you have to pay for the ambulance before they move. That is, it is what it is. Yup, yes, Twitch, you're right. A lot of them are yeah. Mm-hmm. But that is what it, are people like me who go a step further with them education. Because as me say, me you know me already, me is a proper bookworm. So me do everything that I could do, I did it. You understand? People ask me why I never go med school. 5 years straight. When I was that young, I wasn't thinking about that. Right? Wasn't thinking about that at all. But yeah, so I was just saying to you that I am worried. I am worried, like literally worried for my family. I worried. I don't tell a lot of people this, but a very close relative of mine, I'm not going to tell you which relative, had a heart attack. Now it's still saying I could have a training school because there is a lacking in the medical. True, my mother trained a whole heap of medical personnel, but me out in the field. Me love the action, and I save a lot of lives by the way in Jamaica. Trust me. But yeah, I have a close relative who had a heart attack, in November, and it's a wake up call. It's a wake up call because it basically bring me to the point where I realize that anything can happen to anybody at any time. I have another close relative now who was diagnosed with cancer recently as a young person, and it has stressed me out because me beg her to leave and she not leave because me tell her I say Jamaica don't make no sense. I'm reminded of my friend Uncle Ram Ram, the late great Uncle Ram Ram, who by the time him gets diagnosed with him cancer and spin 2 times, he was dead. And every time I have to come to terms with that, every time I have to think about that and come to terms with that, I get angry because of the state of our healthcare. Comrade Washi, why? Let me tell you something. Every day people die because of the lack of resources in our health system. Every single day. What would you class the medics from the JDF? JDF actually has a lot of medics of various professions. You have doctors who are in the JDF. I know a good friend of mine who is a surgeon, who is a member of the JDF. You have physiotherapists who are in the JDF. You have nurses, radiologists, radiographers who are in the JDF. So you can't just classify all of them as medics. You understand? You have different people in the JDF. Remember that doctor that was killed? He was a JDF doctor as well. I think he did work at UWI. So I mean, you have various medical professionals who work or who are in the JDF as reserve. You understand? So you can't really just say a JDF medic, and it's not that JDF trained them to be a medic. They were trained and then they entered the JDF. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Right, not Natalie. You have LPN versus a RN. In Jamaica, we don't call them LPN. We call them practical nurses. You have different types of nurses. Yeah, you have, and the difference, as I say, similar to the difference between an EMT and a paramedic. You understand? You have different type of nurses. So it's just very different step in the thing, in the profession. You understand? No highway emergency services here, Twitch. As I say, the only emergency services you have, like ambulance services, where the fire brigade provides them, is in Portmore, Ocho Rios, Negril, and Savlamar, and I think Linstead. And it's them tell me this when I was redoing my advanced cardiac life support course. They're the ones who told me that. So it's not something I am guessing. It is something that I know for a fact. So therefore, if you have an accident or there is a stroke or somebody having a heart attack, there is nobody for you to call. There is nobody for you to call. Right? So you have to just scrape up a person and carry them go on a hospital and pray so them don't dead. Because remember, time is brain, time is heart. And then when them reach the hospital now, them is going to have to more than likely leave the hospital in an ambulance now to, if the ambulance is there, to go do tests. Because remember now, if the ambulance gone with another patient, dog name is upper. That is how bad it is. So you scrape up, there is no ambulance available to carry to the hospital. You scrape up the person, carry the person go hospital. Them do them thing and stabilize, and them need to run tests now to find out what exactly wrong, where you use it to diagnose. All the diagnostic tools. Them have to now find another ambulance to carry the patient to go to either CT scan, MRI, X-ray in some cases, ultrasound in other cases. These are because they are not at them not there at the hospital. That's the bottom line. It is sad, but it is the truth. It is sad, but it is the truth. No doctor. No man, Jamaica is God no. You have afraid to get sick in Jamaica. You have to afraid to get sick in Jamaica. That is the bottom line. If you get sick in Jamaica, good night, Patrick. How you do? I'm soon gone, 3 minutes and then I'm gone. You have to be afraid to get sick in Jamaica. That's the bottom line. It is sad, the sad reality, and all of this. And when a person is not trained to lift someone that can make it, Glennox, me if I tell you about it. Me if I can personally attest to this. And this is why every time I see a road traffic accident as a paramedic, a trained paramedic, I should say, I stop. Because I know that in trying to rescue people, well, apart from the ones who are filming on them phone, but a lot of people try to help patients and make it worse because there are specific ways to transfer people who you suspect spinal injury in. Because if they have crack in them spine and you go move them neck, for instance, if them neck break and it never displace, and you go move your neck and displace the spine, displace the bone, now you go cut the spinal cord, you paralyze the person or kill the person depending where the level of the injury is. Remember, with know that the seat belt is law, and most people who are in accidents, we are in seat belt. When the seat belt holds you in one place, your head is thrown forward. So most of the injuries of most of the times in high impact accidents, we find neck injuries. A lot of the times, the neck bones get snapped. Sometimes they don't displace. Sometimes them go so whiplash. So them go forward and back, forward and back. So the bones go so. Sometimes them break. You understand? And when them break, if you don't know what you are doing, you're gonna make it, you're gonna kill a person, especially if it's high neck. Because remember now, all the nerves come out of the neck to supply everything, including breathing. So if it's up here so, and you cut the person's nerve supply, it won't control the breathing and they're not going to be able to breathe and they're gonna die. You understand? So sometimes it is best to not try and move people who are in an accident. Sometimes it's best to wait on the professionals. Yes, Randy, somebody move her body and cut her spinal cord and she can't breathe. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. It happened to Kayla Dowdy, but she managed to survive. She's a miracle, by the way. Because where her injury was C2, she's not supposed to be alive. But God have a purpose for her. Yes, Debs, your country mash up. Anyway, gentle folks, may I go a road tonight. Me telling you I'm tired, but may I go a road. J Youth, everything mash up. Yeah, man, and I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm back in Florida now, so back to regular programming. All right, so bless upon yourself. Tomorrow we'll talk some more. Listen, this week coming, I'm not even telling you who I come on, but back to regular programming next week. All right, so see you now. We'll talk tomorrow, same time, 7:30 your time, 8:30 my time. All right, big up on yourself. Until tomorrow. Yeah, man, anytime, anytime, anytime.